Hi Aquarius, welcome to your July 2019 Angel Tarot card readings. I'm using the Angel Tarot card deck. I'm also new right now with the Fairy Tarot card deck. I'm pulling a few cards from the Magical Mermaids and Dolphins deck. And I'm also pulling a card from the Power Animal Oracle card deck. So a few of these you've seen before, there may be one that you haven't. So just a quick reminder, these are general readings. If you would like something personal, please go to my website, angelawakening.net. I do have some discounts right now. So we just recently did your second half of June reading, and I felt like it was a continuation from the first half, which was very positive, very much about, kind of riding the wave and, being this charmer of snakes, if you will. Your ability to have breakthrough moments, breakthrough conversations, breakthrough ideas for sure. And, just these moments that the rest of us would, love to have at any given point in the year. So I was just picking up a little bit of the energy for July, and I'm just getting a sense that it's possible that some of you are not coming down from some of this positive energy, and I think I said this either in May or the first part of June, but just a sense of, really trying to drag other people with you, getting other people on board, getting other people to see the promise, the opportunities, getting people to get excited. I mean, to try to force people or make people be excited about things, that is incredibly draining if they're not already on board, if they're not already there. And, you want to experience this with other people. You want to have this positive outlet and you want these conversations to go somewhere. You want these events that are happening in your life to be celebrated. You want people to celebrate other people's positive events, and you want situations to focus on the positive. And if there are people that are kind of dragging their heels on that, you're just, really, I wouldn't say disappointed necessarily. It's more like trying to figure out how to bring them into this positive vortex that you have going on right now. I mean, I still see you, again, these are general, it's not going to ring true for everybody, so take what resonates, discard the rest, but you've got this vortex of positivity around you right now. You've got this just circle. I'm literally seeing like a vortex, spinning, and you guys just sitting in it, standing in it, just with a smile on your face. You know that the opportunities of life are smiling down on you, shining down on you right now. And you have this ability, if you continue to take advantage of it, to see optimism where other people don't see it, to see potential where other people have given up, and to see the silver lining where other people just see, well, this negative thing happened, or this thing didn't work out, or I didn't get this job, or this relationship didn't work, or my partner doesn't understand me, or this conversation didn't go well. And you're like, yeah, but look where that leaves you. It leaves you with all these other options. It leaves you with all these other opportunities. You see all that. And I feel like you're also seeing that things that are meant to be are going to be. I mean, you're also very reasonable and logical within the element of your positivity. So, again, the tricky part, I feel like, for some of you is that how to keep yourself from falling into some of the traps that people around you are falling into. You know, the woe is me, the I knew this was never going to work out, you know, the why is this so difficult, you know, the just the trappings that a lot of us in just about every astrological sign are really having to work very, 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 very hard not to fall into. And when I say work very hard, I mean go with the flow, release and allow, letting what is be, and not forcing things, and loving what is. There's an author, and I can see her, and I'm drawing a blank on her name. But she does these exercises about how you respond to things by we tell ourselves stories. And I wish I had my phone right here. I would search for her. Oh, Byron Katie. Thank you, angels, for giving me that name. Her name's Byron Katie, if you have any interest in looking her up. It's fascinating because her whole concept, and you can find her on YouTube. She's got videos. She does these seminars with people on stage, and it's really fascinating the transformation that happens in a very short amount of time. She also does these exercises that I think you can just download, and kind of like checklists if you're into that sort of thing, which I happen to be. And her mantra is literally like, whenever something happens to us or around us, we tell ourselves these stories. I never get ... This always happens to me ... My partner always says ... And then when you are forced to quantify or define that answer, that story, most people have a very difficult time. If you say, my partner never listens to me, and then the question that she would ask as an example would be, now how true is that? Does that happen every time? Is it always the case? And when you start backing into the stories that we tell ourselves about the way things are and the way life is, you know, I never get lucky. I never win. I am always the outsider. Once you have to give examples, it starts to kind of become funny, because you're like, oh, no, I guess that's just a story I've told myself about the way that things are. It's not really how they are. And it's a subtle shift, but it's really important because, and I feel like in a lot of cases I'm telling you this so that maybe you can help a partner or a significant other, or collaborator, or business partner, family member, child, spouse, whatever, girlfriend, boyfriend, girlfriend, girlfriend, boyfriend, boyfriend. The significant people in our lives. That maybe you two, or you as a community or a group, can work on this together. Because there's a lot to be learned from other people when you have those kinds of exercise conversations, and a lot you can learn for yourself. So even if you just did the exercises by yourself and then take some of the learnings back to these other people in your life. It's pretty fascinating. So check her out. I think there's an element here of that where it's like there's a lot of growth opportunity at hand for you, a lot of growth within these relationships and growth on both sides. I feel like you can learn a lot about yourself. The other people can learn a lot about themselves. So if you're kind of up against, what seems to be a crossroads or a wall of sorts, consider looking into something like that because there's a lot of opportunity here. All right, July, Aquarius. 10 of air, the end of a difficult situation. Embrace the change and expect things to get better now. Recovering from an addiction. Okay, that's a little heavier than what we've gotten in the last few months, the last few readings for you. Again, this could be you or another person. And this could be you. This could be a Capricorn in your life that has been struggling with something, and you've been that, voice of optimism and always there, shoulder to lean on. This could be somebody at your office. 10 is the number of career. This could be somebody who, again, either you or the other person, you're trying to climb the ladder, you're trying to do all the right things, you want to get to the next step, you want to take this business opportunity to the next level. If you're self-employed, maybe you've got people around you that have been struggling. And again, this falls right into our introduction, because if other people are being challenged and you're doing your best to be that shining light, it's possible that some of the struggles are coming to an end. So know that with some of these endings, new beginnings are on the other side. And there could be something that makes you sad about the way that something has ended, because maybe it wasn't, maybe you were hoping you were going to work through it. You're going to keep the person on your payroll. You're going to, if it's a child, you brought them into your fold and you were hoping that they could get into the family business, or, a family member, or, somebody was brought in as a family friend, and, it's just not working out. It's not going to work out. But there again, I think you're going to be the one to see the silver lining. That maybe means that they go to, and this is extreme, that means that they go to rehab. That means that they get back with their family. That means that, they finally get the job that they actually have passion for, and you free up your payroll, your environment, your department, your office for people who are going to have excitement and passion for the work that you're in. And with air cards, I tend to see just nervousness and worry that can be generated by our own concern and not necessarily what's actually happening. So some of this could be that you just say to yourself, look, I'm not monitoring the situation daily anymore. I'm not taking the temperature every hour. It's whatever's going to happen is going to happen. And you might find that with some of that letting go that you're doing and some of that releasing that we talked about in the intro, you find out that, hey, it wasn't really that big of a deal. I made a big deal out of something that didn't really need to be. It's just a situation that I think can improve now. And it might also be a calling for you that says, look, all these people around me are doing these things that I don't agree or approve of. It's time for me to make a change. It's time for me to get out of the office, or, maybe I did a group. Maybe you had some kind of a group type company that, you all built together, And now it's time for you to go solo. It's time for you to get out on your own. You know, you're not in tune anymore with, and other people are not seeing your vision. And instead of you fighting that or being angry about it, you're like, that's fine. I'm going to go do my own thing and pursue something else. So just don't put limits on what this can mean, because the universe can bring you some fantastic results right now. So cast your net wide and just see what comes up. You're just going to move up from here. And some of this drama and chaos that may have been rearing in the last few months is likely coming to an end, because it's time. And from the fairy deck, we get the moon. Powerful, intuitive epiphanies. Letting go of worry and fear. Understanding the truth of a situation. So, exactly. You're not going to sit and be upset about this anymore. And you see it for what it is. You see the I think you know what steps you need to take, or at least what first step you should take, and listen to that guidance that you're getting. It could be in the form of your own psychic abilities, if you're aware of those, your intuition, synchronistic events that happen, symbols that you get awake or in dreams, and just be alert for people or situations that bring you those messages. This is a good time for you to tap into some of that with the help of a professional or a friend who can offer you some advice. Hopefully some of what I'm doing is helping you, but and people are gonna surprise you and potentially, and by surprise you I mean you may have kind of a vision of what it is that you think people are about or what they're going to do, and just keep an open mind that things, with the haze of the moon and our emotions being running high, things could be a little cloudy and may not be all that they seem. It's nothing to be paranoid about. It's just that, and certainly don't worry, once again, with the air card telling us that, just let go of the fears. If things aren't going to be a part of your life anymore, you're going to know, because it's just not going to feel right. So somebody might on the surface be telling you all the right things, be saying, hey, I'm free of this addiction. No, hey, I really love this work. I'm so glad I'm here. It's, my passion. A significant other could be telling you, nope, there's nothing we need to talk about. Everything's great. But you're like, I just don't feel that all that's true. And it doesn't mean you need to hop into let's talk about this right now. It's just keeping your radar up and knowing that when they're ready and when it's time, you could be prepared to have a fairly significant conversation. And being prepared to see some things that maybe you hadn't seen before. But you're not going to be afraid of them like maybe you were before. Sometimes that information that stays hidden from us, we're just not ready to see because of the power it can have over us. And I don't think you're going to have that same issue with heading into July. Yeah, so it's kind of interesting with this card. If you can see the fairy here playing an instrument and her reflection in the water. So she's playing a stringed instrument under the light of the moon, but in the water, it shows her playing a different instrument. So it's kind of the visual indicating that, you know, things aren't always what they appear to be. So, well, you know, you've got this optimistic, it's not rose-colored glasses, they're optimistic glasses. You know, and other people may want to try to play into that and tell you what you want to hear, but I think you're going to see through some things, and you're going to be ready to see through them because it's time. And you get an archangel, the star, Archangel Jophiel. Happy times. Make positive, optimistic, long-term plans. You are on the right path. So, yep, it's a time to face your fears, help other people face theirs, be willing to hear some things that maybe you weren't ready to hear before, but now there's every reason to feel hope, have happy expectations, believe in your dreams, look to your future, and envision your life the way you want it, and start taking action in that direction. Prosperous new beginnings, you know, being on the right path. Jophiel is the angel of optimism, so you've got that in spades. And Jophiel can continue to give you that sunny and optimistic outlook, and help you celebrate your victories and stay positive about your future. So I don't know that you need any more of that. I'm happy to give it to you. I love seeing it, and seeing this 17 and 18 so close together, just to me, you know, moving right along, you know, may have some challenge with ending something, or somebody coming to you with an ending, or seeing people for who they are. But I feel like you embracing who they are and that acceptance of who they are is going to be really powerful. I'll use a very narrow example that would only apply to a certain subset of you, but I feel like there are one or two of you that this could apply to. Either a child comes to you and says, I'm gay or bisexual, or I'm, you know, trans, or I've been living this, you know, double life, or this, you know, I feel like I haven't been fully honest, and you can't really, you've seen it, you've seen the signs, you've seen the evidence, but you just haven't been available to accept the truth of the situation. And it's like now, once you accept this person, significant other, child, family friend, whatever, once you accept this person, it's like a lot of the difficulties that you've been having can end, and you find out it's the same person, and it's an even better version because they get to be who they really are. They don't have to hide who or what they're about, and just to make sure that you stay comfortable, you know, or just to make sure anybody in their world stays comfortable. Or this could be you. This could be you who says, you know, I've been in this relationship for however many years, or a child telling a parent, my parent only knows me this way for so many years. I don't know how I'm going to be this open, but it's like you decide it's just not worth it to live your life any other way but the authentic you, and that is to be celebrated. So I think even if that doesn't apply to you, I think you know where I'm heading. These are, you know, transformational opportunities, transformational conversations, and you staying optimistic about what it means for the future will mean everything. 6 of Air, things are looking up. The end of a difficult situation. Taking a trip. So you guys, your readings are so powerful to me. So the first card we got, the very first sentence was the end of a difficult situation. Then on the fourth card, we get the end of a difficult situation. I mean, to get two messages that have the same sentence in the reading is just super powerful. It's just, it's just stating what we talked about, that, you're seeing things for how they are, and it's actually going to be better. Things are going to be better because you're willing to see the truth of a situation. 6 is also the number of health. So if you've been having health challenges or somebody in your immediate circle has, that can be getting better now. Your day-to-day environment, your day-to-day work situation could get better again because you let this person go, this other person steps in, somebody comes to you and says, hey, this is what's really been going on with me. Somebody else, just somebody being honest with you, or you being really honest with somebody else, can really change the outlook. Consult an expert. More information is needed. Contact someone with expertise in this area. So if you are going through challenges and you're not really sure how to handle them, find that mentor, that advisor, that person that you trust in church or school or HR or family friend or whatever, who you believe is objective but has your best interests, and the people within your area of concern, and find those resources of people who can benefit and can help you benefit from their expertise, their knowledge. You don't have to go it alone, and if you're not sure if you're making the right steps or doing the right things for all parties involved, by all means consult an expert. Healing heart. You're a powerful healer. Keep up the great work. So, yeah, all of this can be trying. There can be, ups and downs. There can be struggles and challenges. But at the end of it all, you're really going to be helping somebody. And deep in your core, you're aware that you've got these healing abilities. If you don't know them to be there, I believe there are people who've given you feedback that it's there, and you're just being urged to take your healing work to the next level. And when you do that, I think you'll notice a shift in people and situations that come to you. Again, if I go back to the example of someone coming to you with a something fundamentally different than who you thought they were, or what you considered them to be, there could be a number of healing opportunities that start popping up like that. They may not all be as profound, but you'll have the divine guidance and the support from the universe and your spirit guides and your angels to display this greater understanding than you even knew you had. And there's just a lot of support right now for your healing work. And again, consult an expert if you think you need to further your education in these areas, or maybe there's a healing center, an alternative modality of some kind that offers a class, Or maybe, you're even a person who's ready to open up your own center or your own business. You find that people are coming to you with things that are very intimate and they're willing to share things with you, and you're thinking, well, this is what I want to do. I want to be a counselor or a mediator, or I want to help people in this way, and I didn't even know it. Even if you did something on the side or something with a community center or something, once a month or whatever, you don't have to quit your day job to be a contributor. So it's just going to open up a lot of areas for you and these other people to really be more of who you are. Eagle, trust in your higher self. So trust the intuition and the guidance that you're getting, and the feedback that you're getting from other people is going to be profound. And the way that you're going to be able to express who you are and what you're about, I think can really shine now. You just have to listen to what you're getting and let all that flow. Let it flow naturally and easily. And, your conscious mind is always there as a receiver and a transmitter. But what you get from spirit is through just pure awareness. And you don't want your ego, we as a collective don't want our egos to interfere with that, which is very possible. So just pay attention to which one is which. Again, using this example, if somebody comes to you with something profound about themselves and you're like, that's not the way I saw you, that's not the way I wanted you to be, that doesn't fit into our family vacations, that doesn't fit into I don't have an HR manual for this, if you're this other thing, if you have to go to rehab, if you have to, if you're not going to prom with a opposite sex date, how's this going to look in pictures? And that's your ego talking. It's not really you, because you know that it's okay for people to be themselves. I mean, you all as the real future of, I think, how we're going to look and respond and be with each other. You're leading this advancement, and being advanced in this way means acceptance of people and who they are, which is the only way you're going to get to know them anyway. So your higher self is going to give you the straightforward truth, and you'll know it straight. You'll know it's your higher self because it's positive and it's supportive and it's encouraging. When it's negative and it's discouraging, that's our ego. So that'll be a good guide. That's a good guide for all of us, really, to remember, so that you can continue to shine and let that light come through you as it should from other people. All right, Aquarius. Well, once again, very profound. I hope that was valuable. If you would like a personal reading from me, please go to my website, angelawakening.net, and I look forward to speaking with you all soon.